This is the first official visit of traditional leaders to the government house in Jalingo after the swearing-in of Abu Kefas as the fourth elected governor of Taraba State. Taraba State has been battling with banditry, kidnapping, illegal mining, herders and farmers conflict, and other forms of security challenges. The visit, which was at the instance of the governor, is to proffer solutions, tackle the menace as well as seek the partnership of the traditional rulers in tackling insecurity in Taraba State. At the meeting were security chiefs in the state and other critical stakeholders, Governor Abu Kefas disclosed the purpose of the meeting to the monarchs.
Royal Highnesses, 18 traditional rulers that are here, head of security agencies. Let me already establish protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, I call for this meeting with you today with deep respect and sense of concern on the happenings in Taraba State. I'm aware and I know that my emergence as the governor of Taraba State is with the blessing of our royal fathers that are here. You all stood by with prayers and you came out to vote, and that is why I'm here today. So I want to thank you for that. As custodians of our rich culture or cultural heritage and the pillars of our communities, to this administration, your guidance and wisdoms are invaluable in addressing the pressing challenges that confront us today. Today, I wish to address critical issues of insecurity, the need for collaboration, and the urgent need to curb illegal mining activities. Taraba State, like many parts of our great nations, have been grappling with the scourge of insecurity. The rising cases of banditry, kidnapping, communal clashes, farmer-herders conflicts have caused immense pain, suffering, the loss of innocent lives, displacement of communities, and have cast a dark cloud over our once peaceful state. It is our collective responsibility to confront these challenges head on and restore peace and security in our state. In the face of such adversity, unity and collaboration becomes paramount. We must set aside our differences, embrace dialogue, and work together to find a lasting solution. Your Royal Highnesses, I implore you to harness your influence, bring your communities together, and foster an atmosphere of understanding and cooperation. By fostering peace at the grassroots level, we can pave way for a harmonious and prosperous state. As I said earlier, as the custodians of our traditions and culture, you possess a unique power to shape the hearts and minds of our people. It is in this regard that I urge you to utilize the power to promote peace, discourage violence, and encourage youth engagement in productive activities. By leading by example and promoting the values of tolerance, respect, and peaceful coexistence, we can create a society where every citizen will feel secure and welcome. Your Royal Highnesses, our Royal Father, I esteem. Another pressing issue that requires our immediate attention is the rampant spread of illegal mining activities in our state. While mining holds great potentials for economic growth, the unregulated and illegal mining practices poses significant threat to our environment, economic, and social fabric. These activities lead to environmental degradation, health hazards, exploitations of vulnerable communities. It is imperative that we put an end to these illegal activities by strengthening our regulatory framework, improving enforcement mechanisms, enhancing collaboration among relevant stakeholders, by ensuring responsible mining practices, including illegal operations. We can harness the wealth beneath our soil while safeguarding our environment for the future generation. Our royal fathers, in conclusion, therefore, I'm speaking to you today, not only as your governor, but also a concerned citizen of Taraba State. Together, we can address the security challenges that confront us. We can foster collaboration together and put an end to illegal mining activities. Let us embrace the power of unity, wisdom, and community engagement to build a Taraba State that is safe, prosperous, and sustainable. May the bonds of our shared heritage strengthen our resolve, and may our collective effort bear fruit in securing a better future for Taraba State. Thank you. God bless.
After the governor's opening remarks, newsmen were excused from the meeting to allow for more deliberations on sensitive issues relating to the state of insecurity in Taraba State. At the end of the meeting, some of the monarchs addressed the media.
Call from His Excellency to us to come and road mind of what is happening in Taraba State is timely. We have a lot of challenges in Taraba, more especially in security aspect. I think we delve extensively on what he wants us to do. All we need is to support the traditional rulers so that we can assist the government. Traditional ruler has no any status in the constitution or what to do, have no role whatsoever. But anything that happened in the chiefdom, they run back to the traditional rulers, and we are handicapped. We cannot take a decision security-wise. That is why at times, when the problem started, when you see a smoke coming, you know fire is there. Instead of to go and nip the problem on the nib at the beginning of the problem, We won't be able to do that until when the problem escalated to a catastrophic issue before they will come to us. But then before we just intervene, you may find that lives have been lost. So we would like the government to look inwards, to give us a little power that we can assist the government to contain some of the issues. And about the mineral resources, he said, Taraba State will have a lot of mineral resources. It has been mapped in Taraba. We know all where the resources are, where the minerals are. It's only how to harness it. But the problem started from the federal government down, even to the miners themselves. They will tell us that they come, they have got the license to come. They won't come with any machinery to mine. Instead, they use quack miners. They use people, they use only manual people to mine for them to buy. And ironical of what is happening, whatever they mine, they won't tell you the quantity of what they got. They will just take it off, box it and take it off. You wouldn't know. The state government is losing, the federal government is losing. The communities as well is losing, while the land is disputed. We have a lot of challenges. So I think if the government will just meet the federal government to iron out how to go about, as my contemporary said here earlier, the Emir Amuri have said it. Everything should be in line. The law is there, but we don't tend to follow the law. So I think if they do it, it will be good. And we thank His Excellency for his vision, for his foresight, because we want to uplift Taraba State. And by so doing, and if we give him encouragement, we support him, we support his government, I think Taraba will be taken higher and we will find better place to live in Taraba. And crisis will be a thing of the past. So we want the press, the traditional rulers, and individuals within Taraba State to come together and see what we can do to uplift Taraba State. Thank you.
The main one that is left is the issue of management of the people and the resource of the people of Taraba State. You find out that most of the insecurity issues we have has a lot to do with failure in skill development. This skill development comes in three areas. First, most of our lands are just dying because most of our farmers have virtually no knowledge of soil management because the education in agriculture is total failure. The second, the skill we are using. Nobody today should hold the hoe and expect to live on it profitably. Mechanization has failed because you cannot mechanize without capital and skill. And therefore, the farmers in Taraba State are seriously lacking in both capital and skill. The third element is what I will call, I hope it will be better now, but in the past is an absolute government failure of representation. The federal government policies of anchor borrowing, small-scale loans, all Taraba lost out completely in the last 12 years. You go to Kogi State, you go to Kano State, you go to Kanuda State, the governments have borrowed between 10, 15 billion each year. And to a large extent, a reasonable part of that money went to the last man in the community. But the anchor borrowing problem of the federal government, you go and check in the Ministry of Agriculture. To the best of my knowledge, they borrowed 4 billion once and is virtually vanished in thin air. The central bank could not collect back any money because the farmers, they said they gave, never got any money. Most of them went into fictitious names because these loans did not reach the ordinary person. The tool that he was supposed to rely on to improve his own income has vanished. If you go to the villages now, you see the situation of the ordinary farmer, I will say without apology to anybody, is pathetic. Pathetic in the sense that these innocent people, You go to Konkere. Konkere is just 15 kilometers from Jalingo. They will come to, they call it ATC. When you say ATC in the villages, you know what it means? They are quack banks, money lenders, who will give these farmers loans for almost 100%. What they do is, if one bag of sorghum, for example, now is 30,000 naira, they will give you a loan that they have bought the sorghum for 10,000 naira.
With the meeting with His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, was a huge success. He's a new brand governor, and this is his first time of being in the office. He has invited all the traditional rulers in Taraba State and all the service chiefs to brief us on the security situation in the state, and also hear from our own side on how we can advise him as royal fathers to control security, illegal mining, and other vices in Taraba State. We have discussed very, very well, and we hope that at the end of the day, His Excellency is going to work with our advice to ensure that Taraba State is safe for all.
Meanwhile, the newly appointed chairman of Taraba Marshal Security Guard, a former commissioner of police, Ayole Asenya Abe, retired, is setting up mechanism to address the inherited security challenges. Mr. Agiole summoned a security meeting with the leadership of Tricycle Riders Association following the influx of notorious Sheila boys from neighboring Adamawa State to Taraba. At the end of the meeting, it was resolved that bad eggs among them as well as suspected movements should be reported to the authorities.
Please, my coming here is to plead with you, to beg you, because you have the largest public transportation system in the state, and if I'm not mistaken, Jalingo is full with keke napep, and with keke napep, a lot of things will go wrong if you don't watch out for us, the security. We partner in the coup. Honestly, I'm going to work with you because you carry bulk of our people transporting from one end to the other. So we are going to see how we can help sustain the security of this state, because for now we have come to make sure that the people of Taraba tabe su ba. Kuma gaskiya ku na shaga ku za ku yi mana taimako a cikin a wannan hanya da yawa, because mun fara aiki gaskiya za mu dan tabe ku masu laifi amma ku samu damuwa gama chairman, in ya fi karfin chairman ya gamu, ko a gidan yan sanda ne zai iya kira DPO ce DPO don Allah ka taimake mu da wani, amma ba ka je ka dan tukin banza ka tura wani ka ce an kulle ka ce a zan ce za ka iya aje shi a cikin ku yanke ke na pep akwai wanda gaskiya halinsu rayuwarsu very good, akwai wanda kuma gaskiya shaye-shaye sai sun dan doki keke nan sai su je su dan sha hot to kan keke. From that moment you have lost control. So please, chairman and the rest, gather your men, talk to them, tell them that I don't want this lawlessness to continue. We're going to partner, we're going to work together, because you're doing a wonderful job. You're not giving us stress, but this lawlessness along the highway is what we want to stop, and you can help us to stop it. If somebody wants to do a U-turn, but say location minti daya ba, amma kai you are impatient kana so ka sa kai ina zaka je da mutane da yaran mutane a cikin kekenka, ina zaka je? Sorry me kake yi. So please, I want to plead with you. I want to thank you for coming. in particular, I choose to come follow you to this office. I told Chairman I wanted us to hold it at the stadium. But on a second thought, I said, no, let me come to where the people stay. This is where you are being controlled from. This is where your leadership operates from. And let me come and identify myself with you and let you know that you are going to be seeing more of us in few days to come or a few months to come. And we have come to stay. We are not a police force.
The visit by the state commandant to familiar with us in order to checkmate the activities of our members in the state, especially in Jalingo. We welcome you, sir, to our office, and we heard all what you said. We promise to meet our members for enlightenment, to enlighten them about your activities as a special marshal in the state. We know about LASMA in Lagos, we know about Karota in Kano, Hisba in Kano, Karota in Kaduna. So we have Taraba Marshal in Taraba. We are going to support you. We are going to support you in all means to see that the government of Colonel Abu Kefas has succeeded. Secondly, we are appealing to your humble office to give us whatever you heard about our members so that we help you in checkmating their activities. We have our records in the system of all our members. We have the records with us in the system. Whoever committed an offense, if we are called, we are going to get that person easily for you. We want your support. We want you to support us in order to checkmate the activities of these young men. Finally, we are appealing to His Excellency, our Governor-elect. I want to make an appeal first to my members to support this government 100%. It's a government of the star boy who come to unify Taraba State. We call him a unifier and we are going to support him. You will never hear anything from the members of Kekenapep about the governor. In Taraba State, we are going to support him 100%.
The tricycle leaders want the government to come to their aid in the area of empowerment.
One of the challenges is inadequate tricycle in Jalingo. We have more than 10,000 members with only 2,500 tricycle. That is why 3 people are managing one, because even the 2,005 are purchased by the members of the public because the cost of the tricycle is high. So we are appealing to the government to intervene, to come in, purchase the tricycle to those young men. We know Colonel is here to support young men, to give us what to do. We are not looking for job from the government. We are not looking for employment. We have graduate in us, but we prepare this because a least Kekenapep rider, if he is saving 2,000 daily, will be having 60,000 in a month, which is more than a salary. So we are appealing to the governor to purchase tricycle for us so that these young men will have something doing.
Some residents of the state expressed their views on the security situation.
Urban migration has become something else. Our few towns or cities are already overflowing with people that are unemployed, undocumented. No residencies for them. Facilities are getting short. The rural areas are being abandoned because of no investments there, no facilities for the people there. The lack of access to livelihood knowledge, what we call entrepreneurial education. Lack of access to that knowledge is dealing with us. We don't even have agricultural assistants that go around to tell farmers how to farm. It's only in Taraba where people still farm without ridges, where you just plant on flat ground. Nowhere in the world. People have gone beyond planting maize on flat ground. They plant where you have ridges, because nobody is teaching anybody what to do.
Governor Abu Kefas recently decorated his orderly, Sergeant Sam Saidu, with his new inspector rank at a colorful ceremony at Government House, Jalingo. Habila Marcus was also decorated with inspector rank at the ceremony. It is expected that the governor, who is a retired army colonel, will bring his experience as a security expert who helped in curbing smuggling in Niger Delta while serving as a commander in the area to bear in Taraba State.